Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I will be ranking the 13 roller coasters at King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. King's Dominion opened in 1975 in Doswell, Virginia as a sister park to Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. There are currently 13 roller coasters operating at the park. I have been on all but one of them. I've been coming to the park since the late 80s and consider it one of my two home parks. I also have experienced 4 of the park's defunct coasters. Well, here we go. Number 13 is the Great Pumpkin Coaster, a E&F Maller kids coaster. This is the only coaster in the park that I have never been on myself. I will have to get Paisley to come to King's Dominion because there is a size limit, or you can ride with the kid, so that's why I've never ridden it. Number 12 is Woodstock Express, a PTC family wooden coaster. This is the first coaster I ever rode back in the late 80s when I was a child. It was called the Scooby-Doo coaster. It has a height of 35 feet and a figure 8 layout. Built in 1974, a year before the park opened in 1975. You can get some good mild airtime on the first drop, but it's your standard family coaster. Number 11, Anaconda, a aero looper opened in 1991. It has a 144-foot first drop into a underwater tunnel with 4 inversions. The first part of the ride is very good with the drop, tunnel, loop, and sidewinder, but the second half is where it gets bad. The transitions, the boring layout, and the slow speed all combine with the head bouncing from the hard over-the-shoulder restraints is why I have it ranked so low, and I'm not a big fan of corkscrews. Number 10, Apple Zappo, a Mock Rides Wild Mouse coaster. Opened in 2002 with a first drop height of 49 feet. It is one of the bigger Wild Mouse coasters. Like other Wild Mouse, it's all about the high-speed, sharp turns, whipping you from side to side. A very good family ride, and I rank it ahead of Anaconda because it is pain-free. At number 9, Backlot Stunk coaster, a Premier Rides indoor-outdoor multi-launch family coaster, opened in 2006. The first launch into the spiraling helix goes from 0 to 40 in 3 seconds. It is fun and forceful. The first half is outside, while the second half is all indoors after the second launch. If the effects are on and working, it can be a fun interactive ride. The drop from inside to outside to end the ride is my favorite part. I rank this ahead of Apple Zappo for the launches and the forces that Apple Zappo does not have. Number 8 is Flight of Fear, a Premier Rides LIM indoor spaghetti bowl launch coaster. Opened in 1996 with 4 inversions and a launch that takes you from 0 to 54 miles per hour in 4 seconds. I'm not a big fan of indoor coasters because of the flashing lights, but I do enjoy this coaster with the launch and the speed of the ride. I added a picture of Joker's Jinx from Six Flags America, which has the same layout, but it is outside, so you can see what the track looks like. I rank this one higher than Backlot Stunk coaster because of the faster launch and the theming of the queue and the station. Number 7 is Reptilian, a Mock Rides bobsled coaster. Opened in 1988. The only time you're actually on the track is during the lift hill, the mid-course, and the final brake run. It causes the train to move freely on the track and feels out of control. It's a different experience because there's not many bobsleigh coasters still in operation. The mid-course and final brake runs can cause some uncomfortable jarring as you go from free track to the straight track. I rank this ahead of Flight of Fear because of the out-of-control feeling and moving side to side freely. Number 6, Grizzly. Originally built by PTC in 1982. It went through a major retrack by the Gravity Group from 2022 through 23. The retracking was great for the coaster and has jumped up in my rankings. It was unbearable rough to the point where I stopped riding it. But after the first half retrack, it is smoother, has a steeper first drop, and a better overall coaster. I hope they can retrack the second half in the future. I rank this one ahead of Reptilian because of the drop, airtime, and the setting in the woods, especially a night ride. Number 5, Racer 75, a PTC twin wooden coaster. Opened in 1975 along with the park. It was named the Rebel Yell when it opened, and it has an 85-foot first drop. The ride is designed to race and interact with the other train when they are running both sides. My favorite part is the airtime you get after the turnaround. I rank this ahead of the Grizzly because of the racing, interactions with the other coaster, and the airtime hills throughout the layout of the coaster. Number 4, Intimidator, a SNS Worldwide 4D free spin. It opened in 2022. It is the park's newest coaster. The biggest surprise is the airtime on the back seat going from the top to the second level. I rank it ahead of Racer 75 because of the out-of-control ride as far as flipping and rocking, which is different for a coaster. Number 3, Dominator, a B&M floorless coaster that opened in 2008 after being relocated. It opened with the world's tallest vertical loop and still holds the record for the world's longest floorless coaster. It has a first drop of 148 feet and 5 inversions. Dominator is a very underrated coaster. It's smooth, fast, has intense inversions like the Cobra Roll and their interlocking corkscrews. It's a non-stop thrill ride without letting up. I rank this one higher than Intimidator because of the inversions, the length, and it's a coaster that I can keep riding over and over again. Number 2 is Intimidator 305, or I-305 for short. It is an intimate giga coaster that opened in 2010. The first lift hill is 305 feet with a 300-foot drop. From the station's announcement of "Gentlemen, start your engines," to the cable lift hill, which is faster than a traditional chain lift. The first drop at 90 miles an hour, the gray out moments on the first turn to the airtime hill, the fast-paced shifting from side to side. This is an intense coaster, and it does not let up to the final brake run. I rank this one higher than Dominator because of the speed, intensity, the 300-foot drop. The only negative I can say about it is I cannot ride it more than 2 times without needing a break. Number 1, Twisted Timbers, a RMC iBox hybrid coaster that opened in 2016. Starting with a barrel roll first drop, 3 inversions, and lots of injector airtime. My favorite part is the triple camelbacks that try to throw you across I-95. The ride is smooth, fast, and was built for airtime. I rank it ahead of I-305 because of all the airtime, the triple camelbacks, and I can re-ride this coaster all day long and still couldn't get enough. That was my rankings for the coasters of King's Dominion. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my rankings. I would love to hear how you would rank them. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.